All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a brilliant but honestly incredibly simple communication technique. It's basically a superpower for building really deep emotional connections with the people around you. If you've ever felt completely stuck trying to comfort someone, this framework we're looking at today, it's going to absolutely change your approach. Because let's be real, we've all been there, right? You're looking at someone you care about, a friend, a coworker, a family member, and you can just tell they're visibly struggling. But here's the tricky part. It can be so hard to know exactly what they're feeling in that exact moment. You're standing there wondering, how do I help? What do I say? Or my personal nightmare, am I going to say the exact wrong thing and make it worse? This super common human experience leads us right into our first topic. Section 1, the empathy challenge. To figure out how to decode these emotions, let's look at a totally relatable, real-world scenario with two friends, Mia and Sam. So picture Mia. She is looking noticeably upset, and you can literally see the tension in her shoulders. And the source of all this distress? She's working on a drawing, and she just cannot get the colors to look like a real sunset. I mean, we've all been there, right? Hitting a frustrating roadblock where things just aren't turning out the way we pictured them in our heads. Now, watch how her friend Sam steps in here. This is key. He doesn't just grab the crayons and try to fix the sunset for her. He doesn't start giving unsolicited advice about shading or blending. Instead, he uses the labeling superpower. He just observes what's happening and calmly says, "Mia, it seems like you're frustrated with your drawing." That's it. Just a simple, verbal observation of the reality right in front of him. And boom! This brilliantly shows the immediate, almost magical effect of this technique. Look at Mia's response. She says, "That's right, I can't get the colors to look like a real sunset." In a split second, she feels totally seen. She confirms what Sam observed, and because he opened that door so gently, she just instantly opens up and articulates her specific internal struggle. She wasn't forced to explain herself. She was invited to. It's an absolute game changer. Which brings us to Section 2, your labeling superpower. Let's see how we can build this into an actual, reliable framework that you can use to decode other people's emotions. The absolute most crucial point is right here in this definition. Listen, labeling is not about telling someone how to feel. You're not diagnosing them. It's a strategic communication technique where you take a simple verbal observation and transform it into a supportive tool. By doing this, you're essentially holding up a supportive mirror. It actually helps the other person identify and articulate their own internal struggles. It totally simplifies the whole process of empathy, mainly because it takes all the pressure off you to swoop in and fix the problem.
All right, Section 3, the architecture of empathy. To actually wield this superpower in the real world, we've got to understand the precise mechanics of how it works in a conversation.
So the architecture of empathy really breaks down into these 3 highly actionable steps. Step 1, observe the distress. You genuinely have to pay attention to what's happening with the other person. Step 2, use specific targeted phrasing, like, "it seems like." And step 3, which is probably the hardest part for most of us, just wait. You wait for that "that's right" confirmation. This systematic approach is exactly how you seamlessly build an emotional bridge to someone.
Let's zoom in on the language of step 2 for just a second. By kicking off your sentences with neutral, cautious phrases, think "it seems like" or "it sounds like," you are doing something incredibly important. You're creating a safe space for your friend to understand and articulate their own feelings. It's totally non-aggressive. Think about it. If you're slightly off base, the phrasing is gentle enough that they can easily correct you without getting defensive. Like I said, it is the ultimate supportive mirror. And that brings us right to our final section, Section 4, securing the interpersonal link. We really need to recognize the ultimate metric of success when we apply this technique. Getting those exact 2 words, "that's right," is your ultimate goal here. Hearing that specific response is absolute confirmation that a meaningful interpersonal link has been established. You didn't just take a wild guess, you made a real, tangible connection. The other person is literally acknowledging that you accurately see their reality. It's a fantastic feeling for both of you. So to tie it all together, this technique proves that accurately naming a friend's frustration is hands down the fastest way to give them that profound sense of being understood. It completely simplifies the empathy process by totally stripping away the anxiety of needing to solve the problem for them. Instead, it takes a basic, everyday observation and transforms it into a really powerful social bonding tool. Well, we've walked through the mechanics. You are now fully armed with your new labeling superpower and a clear understanding of the architecture of empathy. You know how to observe, you know how to use those neutral phrases, and you know exactly what to listen for. That connection building, that's right. So, the only question left for you is, whose feelings will you help articulate today? Keep an eye out for those moments, test out the superpower, and just watch how it transforms your relationships.